I'd like to thank all the speakers for an interesting session. We do have time for a couple of questions, so I'll ask the first one. Since this was the last session of the day, perhaps this is for all the panelists. If you had to pick one key takeaway from the day one sessions in the context of or of the future, what excites you, what would that be? So maybe we start from that side.
So if I'm to draw any kind of conclusion from the whole day, I think what I learned today is that it is really useful for a community of robotic surgeons to come and tell where they are sort of at and where they want our research to be. So I agree with Nasser, it shouldn't be just that. But in the same time, there is a pressing need for it, obviously. So why not? So if we just know, like today I learned that breathing is an issue for precision. That's a gorgeous problem because I can imagine how this can be solved. So just we need more of a manifesto of where this surgical robotics at and what is needed from engineering and computer science and data science. What is exactly the main challenges? If somebody write this article, put it out for the computing and engineering community, we'll jump over it day and night. We'll do something. So that's what I learned today is like this meeting is really great because it allowed me to see a bunch of problems that I can apply myself to.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I'll +1 on the notion of bringing the great minds in this room that are thinking about the same problems, and I have learned, dozens of different things today. I think it's important for us to continue to get together and to start to aggregate that shared knowledge and standardize some of the things that we're doing, or at least share and evolve together so that we don't have to repeat each other's errors, or we can move faster.
Yeah, what I've learned today is about initiatives I was unaware of in Europe, but also in the US. This emphasizes that we need to work much more closely together than we have so far, because this is a very complex problem, and we need our collective intelligence to solve this.
Yeah, no, very, very interesting day indeed today. I also learned that we can create podcasts thanks to artificial intelligence, which was one of the main learning points for today.
I would say it was like, first of all, kudos to Filippo for putting this together, to Jacobo as well. It's been a fascinating day, learn a lot. I think it's kind of resonates what the other has said. I think we all move in the right direction, we all have the right intentions. And I just think we need to work together, like Jaap said. There was a lot of redundancy, and standardization and working collectively is going to make us move much faster. A great day.
I was just going to say that I think planning for change is important. There's a lot of exciting technologies and use cases, and I think it's not going to be a straight path. It's going to be a lot of twists and turns. So maybe some things that we think about are going to happen today may be quite different even a year or less from now. So I think being adaptable, planning for change is going to be exciting, and it's going to be impactful.
Couldn't agree more on what Jaap and Ozanat said. Like, let's work together on this. It's a lot of fun to see many friends here working on similar projects totally differently, and thanks again to Filippo for putting this together.
All right, so I think we have time for another question, because I was just informed that the first bus not even made to the BBS yet due to traffic. Yeah, yellow flag safety car.
Yeah, you got time for another
perfect.
question.
All right, so since this topic was on the OR of the future, right? So like about all the futuristic things we're doing, especially here on the meeting, and this group is I would say kind of biased group because we're being exposed to technology. We're looking for technology, but the great majority of the surgeons and the healthcare providers are sometimes even fearing AI. So I want to ask each one of the panelists here just to explain what are the policies and the training internally for mapping and educating their members or their faculty within their home institutions, and they are like also corporate institutions. So let's start from Hans. Just go backwards.
Sorry, can you repeat the
please.
question?
No, what I'm saying is like, we are all developing AI,
Yeah.
right? But this group of people here is a very small group of people who are really interested in this. And we still hear that many healthcare providers, they actually fear AI, fear technology. Recently in California, Kaiser Permanente, nurses were striking outside saying, like, do you trust AI? Do you trust us? So my question is, within your home institution, do you have plans, policies, curriculum that's being developed so we can educate the future and the current healthcare, workers?
Okay, sorry for missing this. I think a big German and big European problem at the moment is that exactly what you are saying, and that there are more obstacles than actual solutions to bringing in AI to especially healthcare. And it's not primarily about the patients, at least in our institution. It's especially about the employees in the hospital and their rights. And we would need a lot of help to find solutions to these problems, to overcome these problems so that we can bring it in. I think the surgeons and the patients are the minor problem in this.
Yeah, I think transparency is probably a key aspect of this. Is how does what is going on right under the curtain? What are the guardrails for any given technology and understanding that? And I think that's probably going to be an evolution and kind of probably some guidance documents probably from the regulatory bodies to kind of help lay out some of that framework. I think that will help.
I think it goes back to what we were just saying about collaboration. We do need to collaborate with regulatory bodies, the institutions, and someone who's building the solutions, and kind of start to build that trust in these systems. There are other domains where it has come to a certain point where there is trust. I think we just had to work together, knowledge share in these kind of settings, and actually work towards systematically identifying where the gap is, or of either its understanding or the systems that provide that privacy and security layers, and then work towards that.
Well, I would add, for example, and I agree with Hans that a lot of the times is not within the medical staff domain. But for example, some of the strategies we're doing, Duke, is that we're assessing the AI literacy of both our clinical staff and administrative staff, and offering the opportunity to be educated on it. So they can choose not to, but I mean, they understand. I always say that a human never going to lose a job to an AI model, but they're going to lose a job for another human using AI. So that's very important. On top of that, we are adding curriculum to the medical school, curriculum to the residency. We're expanding the SEO fellowship. So with the hopes that actually will help to educate people.
From an engineering perspective, I see also the issues of taking AI to the market from a regulatory standpoint. And I think this is much harder in Europe with the new AI regulation than somewhere else in the world. And so I think there is a missed opportunity there, because I see, I know about companies going rather to get FDA approval than approval in Europe, because the process is just simpler. And I think this is also another issue that is quite important, that limits innovation in the field.
Well, it's a big question, but trying to answer it briefly. Most of us work at large, complex institutions. There's general fear of breach of privacy of employees, breach of privacy of patients. There's also concern or suspicion regarding working with commercial partners. And so we need a playground, and what kind of playground do we have already? And those are the skill centers. I think that's a safe playground. And we also need to look at smaller surgery centers with a focus on innovation.
During my time at IBM, we actually commissioned some work with some of the leaders in medical education from Vanderbilt to define what competencies are needed for healthcare professionals to use AI. and have proposed a number of things. And you can envision, just like any new, AI is not a new technology, but it is suddenly front and center and used every day in practice. You could tell people they also use AI on their mobile phone every day also, they may not know it. But to use AI safely and effectively, you can envision, as that technology evolves rapidly, that you would need training, that you would need to do, just like you need to for fluoroscopy or surgical energy or laparoscopic surgery or robotic surgery. So I think it's another competency that we need to introduce into health professions education and to evolve it as the technology evolves. And we've published on this in academic medicine.
So I think I have a slightly different view, but I'm guessing because there aren't much literature out there about trust. We don't understand why physicians and practitioners don't trust AI. I haven't seen a solid body of work out there, but I know for sure that we cannot take Excel, a spreadsheet, and add feature selection in it and allow any column to have a model and do missing value. All these are AI. We can't, because people will not understand what it is. It will be intimidating, overwhelming. They will not use it. So Microsoft, for example, will not dare to put these features because even though it's so easy to put in, because it's intimidating. So I wonder if we need to do more humanization, democratization, and just harmonization of the technology so that it's not intricate, it's not complex. So maybe we need to do better interfaces. Maybe we need to do something that's more than what we have today to win the trust of the medical community.